8 नवंबर 2016 की रात्रि को 12 बजे से वर्तमान में जारी 500 रुपए और 1000 रुपए के करेंसी नोट लीगल टेंडर नहीं रहेंगे, यानी ये मुद्राएं कानूनन अमान्य होगी। 500
It's time travel. Let us travel back to 7 years. In September 2016, as a retaliation to the terrorist attack, Indian armed forces did a surgical strike on terrorist base camps located within the geographies of Pakistan. 1 month later, Government of India announced a second surgical strike. This time, not on any terrorist camps, but a surgical strike on high denomination currency notes of rupees 500 and rupees 1000. Yes, you got it right. It is demonetization. On 8th November 2016, Government of India has announced the withdrawal of high denomination currency notes amounting to almost 86% of currency that was in circulation then. This move was aimed to curb black money and eliminate counterfeit notes and fake currency. I still remember those days of waiting in long queues across the banks to deposit old notes and collect new currency notes. The very sudden announcement of demonetization has created shock waves across the nation. Hi, my name is Ranjith Reddy. Welcome to Research Dialogue. The entire country believed that the decision of demonetization was sudden. In the hindsight, if you observe the entire episode and story of demonetization, it is understood that the decision was not sudden, and the government made its own detailed homework before taking this huge decision. Also, the government had sent few signals that indicate the possibility of taking a decision of such magnitude. Let us understand the genesis and story of demonetization and the signals given by the government before its announcement. Signal 1. We should go back to the budget speech of former Finance Minister Shri Arun Jaitley for the year 2016-17. He gave high emphasis on a particular scheme called PreDemonetization Mudra Yojana, which is intended to provide loans to micro, small and medium enterprises. There was a record high allocation to this particular scheme with a target of sanctioning almost rupees 1,80,000 crore for the next 1 year. In the hindsight, this is considered to be a preparatory measure to make enough capital available to small entrepreneurs before and after the decision of demonetization. Signal number 2. Again, in the same budget speech, Finance Minister announced the massive expansion of ATMs across the nation, including the establishment and expansion of micro ATMs in post offices across the country. This was again a preparatory measure to make enough ATM machines available and accessible to the public after the announcement of demonetization, thereby minimizing chaos and inconvenience in the public. Signal 3. Again, in the same budget, the government has announced income declaration scheme aiming at those people and businessmen who have not disclosed their assets and incomes. This is considered as one last opportunity for regularizing undisclosed incomes by paying some extra penalty before the very sudden decision of demonetization. Signal number 4. In 2016, a few months before the big decision of demonetization, Ministry of Finance, Government of India has announced an office memorandum circulated to different ministries and state governments on the need for encouraging digital transactions and card payments. Having understood the signals and indications given by the government, now let us go through the background of demonetization. So, way back in 1946, just before Indian independence, demonetization has been announced by the then British government and withdrew the currency notes of rupees 1000 and 10,000 from the market. Yes, at that time there used to be a currency note of rupees 10,000. Later, in 1954, the currency notes of rupees 1000 and 10,000 were reintroduced along with a currency note of rupees 5,000. Again, in the year 1978, the very first demonetization was announced in the independent India under the leadership of former Prime Minister Morarji Desai and withdrew the currency notes of rupees 1000, 5000 and 10,000. However, demonetization of 1978 did not cause much inconvenience to the public because the total withdrawn currency was less than 1% of the total currency in circulation at that point of time. However, demonetization of 2016 amounted for withdrawal of almost 86% of currency. So the decision of demonetization was maintained with confidentiality and utmost secrecy. Only few handful people in Prime Minister office Finance Ministry and Reserve Bank were actually aware of this particular decision. So now let us understand some timeline of this dramatic episode. So in February 2016, the Prime Minister Office has instructed the Reserve Bank to submit a detailed report on the possibilities of announcing demonetization. The then RBI Governor, Sri Raghuram Rajan, has submitted a detailed report about the pros and cons of demonetization and the possible consequences too. Since then, PMO was in continuous consultation with the Reserve Bank. Simultaneously, a decision on the design and printing of new currency note of rupees 2000 was also taken. Finally, on the very day of announcing demonetization, a few hours before the final announcement, the Central Board of RBI met and passed a resolution as per Section 26(2) of the Reserve Bank Act and recommended the central government to withdraw the high-value currency notes. So after these recommendations by the RBI, the Prime Minister called on for an immediate cabinet meeting to discuss the proposal with the cabinet ministers. Interestingly, all the ministers were asked to deposit their mobile phones at the security desk before entering the meeting hall. After the quick cabinet meeting, the ministers were not allowed to move out of the meeting hall until the telecasting of Prime Minister's speech was completed. So now comes the very big question. Was demonetization successful? The economists and intellectuals have divided into two opposite factions. One group believes that demonetization has achieved decent success, while the other group strongly argues that demonetization was a complete disaster. So according to me, demonetization has produced certain positive results. Say for example, increasing the overall income tax collection, increasing the number of taxpayers, increase in PAN cards, increase in overall digital payments and cashless transactions. All these are positive aspects. However, the one question, did it eliminate black money? Very critical to answer. So almost more than 99% of the old currency notes have returned to banks, and the volume of black money that has been eliminated due to demonetization was minuscule. So I believe that demonetization was definitely a great attempt, a great experiment in reviving the economy. However, considering its magnitude, it has not produced the expected results. So what do you feel about it? What were your experiences during demonetization? Please share. Thank you. Jai Hind.